The Wayzata girls hockey team brings back a lot of returning players this season and will aim to build on last year's 19-win campaign. Here's Jason Melillo with a preview of the Trojans.
The Trojans broke the monotony of preseason practice earlier this week when they hosted a scrimmage against Farmington.
It's really nice to go out there and see what we can do in a real game situation, because practice is one thing, but being in a game is a whole other thing. And so if we think that we're good in practice, we'll just have to prove it out there during the scrimmages.
The scrimmages benefits us because we know what to work on. Like when we're putting each other out there and it's real time, you know, you got to make those decisions and snap decisions, snap plays, passes. So working on those in practice, we need to know what kind of things we need to improve on from the scrimmages.
Wayzata has a very strong core of returning players led by senior defenseman Emily Wisniewski and forwards Alexa Osell and Sophie Urban, along with several younger girls who proved last season they can thrive at the varsity level.
We can jump right into the season and we're not really have to worry too much about getting back together with each other, because we already kind of have that chemistry and we already are kind of clicking. It does take at least a game or two just to get back together, since we weren't playing together during the summer, but the chemistry is already there, so it's pretty easy to get back into it.
Head coach Jess Scott likes to alter her roster and line combinations throughout the season in order to foster competition and hopefully put all the pieces together come playoff time.
We are a very deep, talented team right now, and so I think it's good for our kids to feel like every day they have an opportunity to earn a spot, and likewise for players that are maybe where they want to be, that they still need to fight for that spot and to prove that they belong there. So it's been a good thing for us in the past, and we've learned things late in the season that we maybe didn't see right away.
Jason Melillo, CCX Sports.
Wayzata went 10-2 the second half of last season before losing in the Section 6AA semifinals. The Trojans open this season on Friday at home against Mount. The girls hockey team brings back a lot of talent from a team that won 19 games last season. The Trojans are ranked 5th in the state and are off to a good start. Chaska Chanhassen visiting the Trojans Thursday at the Plymouth Ice Center. Great play here by Wayzata's Casey Johnson, intercepting a pass, and the junior forward skates into the Stormhawk zone. She'll beat goalie Olivia Rinzel, and it's 1-0 Trojans in the first period. It stays that way for a long time. Late in the second, Alexa Osell's shot tipped in by Sophie Urban, and Wayzata has a 2-0 lead. 43 seconds later, the Trojans strike again. Number 14, Sophie Heyer, feeds Maddie McCollins, a nice backhander by the senior. And it's 3-0 Wayzata after 2. And they really opened the game up in the third period. Gretchen Branton to Sloan Matthews, who shoots and scores. That's a shorthanded goal, and the Trojans are up 4-0. Nice give and go on this goal. Osell to Branton and back to Osell for her 5th goal of the year. Wayzata scores 4 goals in the third period. They win 7-0. The Trojans have now scored 25 goals in just 3 games.
We just have really talented scorers, and we're getting good passes. We're really speedy getting to the net. It's really fun, and we're just having a great time. When they start rolling, they start rolling. We're getting the opportunities, and it's starting to come together here, keeping forwards high to come back to the D and, burying them when we get the chance.
Wayzata will be tested Saturday night when they face second-ranked Blake at the Tria Rink in St. Paul.
There's a big blue line that runs around this state. A line that defines not only a place, but a place in our hearts. Because in this place, hockey is more than what we play. It's who we are. This is the state of hockey.
Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to downtown St. Paul. We are at the Tria Rink for the first ever State of Hockey Game of the Week, presented by Adidas. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Ryan Phelps. Tonight, a great matchup in girls hockey between the Wayzata Trojans and the Blake Bears. So Hegg seeing some pressure now early on during this power play of Wayzata. They are buzzing around the net, and Blake needs to get it clear. Wind up drive, nice skate save that time by Urban. Urban acting like a goaltender in the slot. Here comes another chance. Branton puts one up high. Hegg the save, rebound, they score! And Wayzata capitalizes on the power play. The Trojans lead 1-0. .419 the time of the goal. Branton walks out of the corner, puts a shot on, gets her own rebound, and Wayzata has a 1-0 lead. Now to the near side. Tix plays it back to the point. Voida. Far side. Winding up for it. Wethington. Sends it far side. Right to her sister Audrey. Now to the corner. Walking in from the point. Backhander right on. Save made. Rebound forced just wide. And the goaltender still down. A backhander. And they score. It's Delianides. And just like that, the Bears tie it up 1-1. Johnson with it. Plays a pass far side. It's tipped into the zone that time by Brose. Brose with it. Hit off the skate of the referee. My old partner, a big slap shot from the point and a rebound. Nearly covered and they score! Garvis tried to dive on it. Daniel picks it up and deposits it in the back of the net. And Blake has their first lead of the night. Knocks it away, and now Burton the other way for Blake. Blake across the line, caught up in the referee's skates for a moment. Now they lost sight of it. Wind up and a drive by Wethington. She scores! Oh, what a shot from the point. The cannon ends up off the goaltender Garvis and in the back of the net. And Blake leads this one 3-1. The Bears are 2-1 on the season. Wayzata undefeated as they drag one, and they score! It was poked in underneath Haig, and they pile up on the goal scorer. Underneath that pile is Sophie Heyer, getting her first of the year, and Wayzata pulls within one. 3-2 our score. Blake in white, Wayzata in navy blue. Blake with the lead. Wayzata controls in their own zone, but they have only got 20 seconds left. They clear it down the ice. Branton can't get a skate on it. Goaltender Garvis still in the net with just 15 seconds left, and now they're calling her over. Blake able to clear. Forced back into the net is Garvis. Hauled down on the play. No call. 5 seconds left. Wayzata can't clear. They're going to run out of time. The horn will sound, and the Blake Bears win our inaugural State of Hockey Game of the Week, presented by Adidas. The final score, 3-2. Blake Bears win this one.
Good evening and welcome to Plymouth Ice Arena. The winter sports season is underway here on QCTV. Steve Thompson and Pete Hayes tonight. The Anoka Tornadoes take on the number 4 Wayzata Trojans in an early season matchup.
Anytime you can get be tied with a top-rated team in the state, you're pretty happy. But there's one right there.
They throw it in front. Hackley from the point, and I think it got tipped in. We'll see the replay, but Wayzata gets a goal with 3:01 to go in the period, and they grab the early lead. Anoka hasn't been able to generate scoring chances here in period number 2 so far. We'll see if that changes here. Wayzata picks it up, goes to the side of the net. Did it squirt in? Along the skater, is it pinned? Ref won't give the signal, and now he finally points. And it's a good goal. It came from a weird angle, and I believe it hit Cameron in the skate and just trickled over the line. Controlling there is Matthews. Goes to the near side. This is Hackley, Sammy Hackley. Wayzata getting it set up. They get it in front, get the goaltender down, and sliding it under the goaltender, Sophie Heyer. Great patience down low. She waited for Cameron to commit and got it under the pad. Gets it out, but Wayzata will come back the other way. Pass a little too far for Alexa Osell. Osell gets it into the zone. Now controlling is Urban. Urban, a shot and a goal. That may have been tipped in front, but I talked about Sophie Urban, the junior. Big, tall girl. If the Tornadoes can rally, is watching with her dad, who played for the Tornadoes once upon a time. 16:30 to go, period number 2. Here comes Wayzata, and that dynamic duo hooks up again, and that's Urban and Osell, and it's 5-1 Wayzata.
The 4th-ranked team in Class AA girls hockey is Wayzata. The Trojans are off to a great start this season. The Eastridge Raptors were in Plymouth Thursday to challenge the Trojans. Raptors can't clear their zone here, and Maddie McCollin scores for Wayzata, and it's 1-0 7 minutes in. That's the score after 1 period. Second period, Abby Prodal and Casey Johnson force a turnover. Johnson with a great shot into the top corner of the net, And it's 2-0 Wayzata through 2. Wayzata really breaks their game open in the third period. McCollin's shot trickles off the goalie and in as the University of Wisconsin River Falls commit makes it 3-0. Less than a minute later, the Trojans' first shot is stopped, but number 32, Sloan Matthews, is right there to score on the rebound and make it 4-0 Wayzata. Johnson on the rush down the wing, shoots and scores, or shoots here, and then Coley Fallon scores on the rebound. Wayzata goes on to win 7-0.
On Thursday the 20th, the Cardinals welcomed third-ranked Wayzata to the Crick for some old-time fun on the CTN outdoor rink. The Trojans were 10-2 with their losses coming at the hands of the top two teams in the state, Edina and Blake. Bluebirds would have their hands full and would need a fast start if they hoped to have a chance. Fans were pumped up, having some fun, in part thanks to the unseasonably warm weather for late December. No score until late in the first period. Bluebirds keeping the pressure in the Trojans' end. Mackenzie Baker throws the puck towards the net, gets a fortunate bounce off the goalie. CPCR takes a 1-0 lead to the first intermission. Wayzata dictating the tempo most of the game. They get the equalizer late in the second. Sophie Heyer behind the net finds Sophie Urban out front for the quick shot. That makes it a 1-1 game going into the third period. Trojans' pressure was relentless. They outshot the Bluebirds 38-11 in the game, including 16-0 in the third period. Ali Scoro gets the eventual game winner just over 2 minutes into the final frame. First shot is blocked, but her second chance beats Shuck high on the short side. And then midway through the period, Bluebirds on the power play. Sloan Matthews gets the steal and gets in alone on the breakaway. Shuck makes the save, but the Bluebirds can't clear. Matthews will get it back on the doorstep and score the shorthanded tally on the backhand. Trojans hold on from there for the 3-1
John Jacobson with sports. The third-ranked Wayzata girls hockey team gets another crack at number 2 Edina Tuesday. The Trojans prepared for that one by facing another Lake Conference rival as they hosted Minnetonka. Sophie Urban wins the draw to Sloan Matthews. Her shot is stopped, but Urban gets free to knock the rebound in, and Wayzata strikes 8 minutes into the game. A few minutes later, Gretchen Branton circles out high on the power play. Matthews deflects Branton's pass in, and it's 2-0 Trojans. Addie Hackley picks up the loose puck along the wall, and when the D backs off, she zips it under the crossbar. A 3-goal outburst in the first period for the Trojans. In the second, the Skippers get a chance. Molly McHugh steals the puck and sets up Kate Holscher, but she's stopped by Stephanie Garvis, who makes 28 saves in all. Minnetonka gets one early in the third period, but Matthews hits the empty net late in the game, and Wayzata skates to a 4-1 win over Minnetonka. Three teams in this week's state Class AA girls hockey rankings all play in Section 6AA. Blake, Edina, and Wayzata. Two of those teams faced off Tuesday night in Plymouth. The third-ranked Trojans at home to take on number 2 Edina. An early goal here from Cece Bowlby off the pass from Tella Jungles. 1-0 Edina 5 minutes into the game. Trojans tie it late in the first. Gretchen Branton to Sloan Matthews. It's 1-1 through one period. Matthews with her team-high 17th goal of the season. Watch the great pass from Emily Wisniewski to Branton, who goes in to score on the breakaway. Let's go in the second period. Ties the game at 2. Same score in the third. Lily Hendrickson to Jungles, and she picks the top corner of the Wayzata net to score. And the Hornets are back in front 3-2. But the Trojans answer again. Mackenzie Schiller's shot from just inside the blue line finds the back of the Edina net. It's 3-3 on Schiller's power play goal. This one goes to overtime, and Edina gets a 2-on-1 rush. Katie Davis to Jane Keel and back to Davis, who ends it with this game-winning goal. Edina takes it in overtime 4-3. The Hornets are now 17-3 on the season.